Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So today I figured what I'd do, since I was just setting up myself to do some back testing of my price action strategy, I figured I would just do a recording of it, and if it's useful for anybody, then I'll continue doing it so you guys can see exactly what I do every week to kind of practice, and I'll kind of explain my thought process as I go through placing these fake trades. So yeah, obviously if you guys find the video useful, just let me know, and I'll probably continue doing it. All right, so basically I just like to spend like a couple hours every week, maybe an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours, just spending some time using there's a replay tool on TradingView that you can go back in time and just replay bar by bar, and place trades analyze as if you were in the market live, and then place trades as if you were in the market live, right? So what I like to do is I have a template that I have specifically for backtesting, which is this template here. So I'll just switch to that one. And I know not everybody is a fan of backtesting, but as I say, I like to do it to just get used to how the chart moves, and yeah, just practice really. All right, so I'll probably do EURJPY. That was on my plan for this week, and I'll start with 2018. So January 2018. So what I normally do before I get going is I'll jump out to the monthly, and then I'll just try to mark out all the months, right? So I'll just lock the drawing tool and then select a vertical line, and then start with January, right? So this is January the 1st, 2018. That's the wrong template. 1 second. Let's change this to monthly. All right, cool. I can delete this. All right, so where were we? January. All right, so I'll put this lock back on. So I'll just kind of highlight the months. So I'll probably just do, I don't know, 2 or 3 months, right? So I'll just highlight those 3 months so I know where the month starts and where the month ends. Then I'll jump down to the weekly, right? And then I will do the same thing, right? So I'll just select the week. I'll just change that to got a template for the week. So the week will be yellows, and then the blues would be monthly, right? The month start of the month, end of the month. So I'll just lock this back, and then just select all the weeks during the month. All right, cool. So that's 2 months. I'll just do, I don't know, I think 2 months will be enough for today. All right, so once I've done that, then I will click on the replay bar and just start from the first month, right? Okay, so from here I'll drop to the daily like I normally do, where I'll start my analysis. I could close this window off to give some more space. All right, so now this is the start of the month, which is the 1st of January, and then you have your weeks. The last week I think always looks a little bit bigger because there's like the weekend and Sunday and a couple of days that loop over here, but I don't care. I just normally like to get an idea of how many trades of a particular pair I'll get roughly every week, and the sort of movements that happen during the weeks, right? And it helps me kind of analyze it. So right, so here on the daily, what I do as normal is I identify the trend. So for me, we're in this kind of predominant uptrend, right? So I'll kind of select the low, see what makes most sense with recent price. For me, it's gonna probably be this here, right? So I'll probably, the lock is still on. All right, so cool, get rid of that. All right, so that looks most valid for me as a sort of trend. I don't pay too much attention to the trend line as normal, but I just like to have an idea, right? And then So for me right now, price is in this sort of area. So what I'll do, I'll just identify the zones that are around here. So we have these highs, which were previous resistance, then turn to support, right? So I'll just block this off, sort of like that, to cover the upcoming months. All right, and then we also have support here, which seems like actually is now kind of being broken, right? So I'll just square this off as well, to square off that sort of resistance area that actually here was tested as support and then it bounced, right? So anyway, that's enough for me on the daily. So we have the major trend, which is bullish, and then we have this sort of range-ish area that was just broken, retested, and is now bouncing, right? So from here I'll drop to the 4-hour time frame and probably just start looking for some, looking for some opportunities. I'll probably scan for opportunities here on the 4-hour time frame, so I'll just neaten my trend lines and stuff if I'm drawing trend lines. But then maybe for placing trades, I'll drop to like the 1-hour time frame, right? So anyway, let's go and let's start and see what's going on. All right, so here on the 4-hour, actually, before I get going, you can kind of see we had this top here, this sort of rejection here, and then price struggled to go through, right? So this is an area of interest for me. What I would do is I'll just draw a smaller zone, which is kind of tighter. All right, so a bit tighter like this. All right, so what I'll be looking for from here is so we had this nice move like this, right? So if price comes back into this level, then we could probably look for, I don't know, we could look for a push like that, right? So yeah, so let's see how things play out here. So I'll just drop to the 1-hour time frame. All right, so let's see. So we had this probably a little bit more relevant. I don't know, maybe like that. I don't know, let's see, right? I think in these highs here a little bit more relevant, but I don't know, let's see. Okay, so we had that rejection. I probably want to see it push just a little bit deeper into the level, really test it. Since we got that rejection from these highs, I think that's the most relevant zone. So let's see. Although looks like we missed an opportunity there. Anyway, if price comes back, here we go. Okay, so we had price push into the level, right? So it pushed deep into the level. We had that bullish engulfing candle, right, on the 1-hour time frame, right? So I would have taken an entry here. It kind of skipped forward a little bit too much, but I would have taken an entry on that bullish engulfing candle there, because we already rejected my area and we got that nice candlestick pattern right there, right? You can see that bullish engulfer. So for this, I'll put my stops beneath the wicks, right? And then target previous highs. Maybe like this would be my first target here, right? So call that my first target. And then I don't know if the first target is hit. I mean, let me just well, let's see what happens, right? And then so if first target is hit, I'll take 50% of my position off, and then I'll look to see in the past for like, probably like other highs to see if there's other targets I can aim for. So let's see. We took some drawdown. Then we had a nice push. All right. Okay. All right, cool. So we hit first target, right? So at this point, I'll take some of my position off, right? So we had 2.63. So first position. So this template is just this is what I use to track every trade, right? So fake capital of 10,000 and I'm risking 1% in total. right? Split between two positions. First position is 0.5%, second position is 0.5%. So the first position we got 2.63 return, right? Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll just jump back to like a higher time frame, have a look to see if I can identify any final targets. So what I'll look for final targets are normally, like if we see an area, what is it? So price is currently here, right, at this level here, right? This is where price is now. And it seemed to me like the last time we had a massive sell was here, right? So I'll probably identify that as my final take profit, right? Because I figure if price get there, we might see some sort of major reaction, because you can see here, right, price tried to go above it, it couldn't, it dropped hard, then came back up, tested it, right, and then it sold off, right? So I'll probably target that as my final targets. So that is up by this line up here. Yeah, so something like that, right? Let's pull this down, and yeah, something so that would be almost 7R. Let's get a little bit more exact. Yeah, all right, so now I'll move my stops to break even. All right, so stops will be on break even, and let's just leave the trade to run. Okay, cool. So that was nice. So final targets is 7.08. Cool. All right, so that was a nice winner. Get rid of this. All right, so from here, just see what happens, right? Obviously, if you want to, this might take a while, so feel free to fast forward the video, and you can watch it a little bit in faster playback. All right, so I'm not looking for any sells. All right, so what I'll be looking for now is to see if price respects this high, right? So this was our previous sort of area of rejection, right? So it tried to push past, went up again, didn't quite make it, but then it broke through, right? So if we see some kind of nice rejection from here, then maybe that can be a position. No, you see, it's completely disrespected. So you can get rid of this level for now. All right, so what I'll be looking for from here is probably to see price come back into this daily level. Maybe, I don't know, it's kind of selling off a little bit hard right now, but I don't know. Let's see what's going on. See if we see any kind of bullish price action. Yay. Okay, so that was a very strong sell there. Selling. Okay, so we into my level now, so I'll just jump back to the higher time frame actually. All right, so we're seeing a little bit of rejection here, but this is a very strong move, right? So you see, this is what I mean by looking at the different weeks to kind of see how price is moving. So you can see for this entire week, it took very long for price to get to this level, to move this much, right? But then in literally half of a week, maybe 2 days, we've seen this massive sell, right? So this kind of showing me that the buying power is weak, because you're not getting a strong move during the week, but then the very next week you're getting this strong sell, right? But for now, I mean, until this daily trend line, because remember this trend line that we drew in, until this trend line is broken and we see some sort of bearish price action, like like a clear breakthrough like this, come back up, test, and then start to drop, then my bias is still going to be long, right? So let's just wait and see. right? So it's kind of testing. Okay, so we had a breakthrough of the trend line, right? But it straight away it came back up, right? And it came back up fairly strong. Yeah, no sort of rejection really. So I don't know. Let's see what happens from here. Okay, so it's sold off. You know, if we see a nice clear move come back up and reject, then you know, maybe we'll start looking for shorts. Okay, so all right, so all right, so this looked to me like every time I see something like that and then a strong push back up into the level, this shows me that this was just a liquidity, probably like a nice liquidity spike, right? To just try to get as much stops as possible for people that will probably go in long at this area, at this level, because that's my major level, right? So you know, we saw on the daily that this was major resistance and this was major support. So we had this range forming. Price couldn't really break it, but then all of a sudden, you know, we had this massive buy off of it, which we caught a piece of. It would have been nice to catch it from here, but obviously we didn't backtest from there. So, but we caught a piece, right? And then here it broke through, grabbed. I think this is a grab of some stop losses to, you know, get some liquidity, and then we might see the buy that we're looking for. All right, so from here I'll drop back to the lower time frames and start to look for some sort of bullish price action, right? To see if we could get some sort of action here. All right, so it went down again. Looked like it rejecting this zone actually, but we still had this bullish move, and I'm pretty sure this was like a 61. Yeah, 61.8. Right, so it had a strong bullish move, went down exactly to the 618 level, right, and it started to buy again. So if we start to see some sort of price action like this, you know, we could probably look for long positions within here, right? If we see a crack of these highs, right, a crack of these highs would be nice. Or if we start to see some sort of, like, if price is trying to go right, but then it's like struggling like this, that's a sign to me that it's just collecting orders to go further. All right, so let's see what happens. All right, you see, okay, so we were having that was perfect. That was really good right here, right? So I would have taken, it's just moving a little bit too quick, right? So we had that sort of price action I was saying, where it was just collecting some orders at this level, right? So in reality, I would probably have taken, yeah, I'd probably take on this bullish engulfing candle, I'd probably take an entry here, right? All right, at this level, put stops just beneath, and then we look to the left, right? So this was a kind of area of restriction, but then this was another area of restriction. So this will probably be my first target here, right? And then let's see what this will give me. Yeah, so 1.75. All right, you know what? I will take first profits here, right, at 1.7, 1.6, 1.7, right, so 1.66, and then final targets will be at this level here. All right, so let's see. Okay, so we had that, so that's 1.6, and then final target would have been here. All right, cool. Wow. All right. Well, that's nice. That was a nice move. All right. So first target was 1.66, 1.66. Second target was 3.02. I think it was 3.08. I'll take every single decimal point that I can. All right. So that was a nice move. Okay, so now we crack past my level, which we last saw a very nice buy from. It completely disrespected it here, So what I'll be looking for from here, I got rid of my trade. I'll leave my trade on there. All right, so sorry. All right, so from here, I'll just adjust this. Okay. So from here, what I'll be looking for now is we had that strong move up. So if we get a retest here, then we could probably target, you know, these highs again somewhere here. Yeah, these highs, right? That would probably be like a double top or something on the higher time frames. So, and then, you know, it might, if we get that double top with some rejection, it might sell. I don't know. Let's see. All right. So, okay. So it came back into the level. It came back kind of strong, but then straight away, as soon as it got here, we saw buying pressure. Buying pressure came in, right, with this bullish candle. It's not the strongest of bullish candles, but you know, I like that because last time we were at this level, we got a nice strong buy. We had a complete disrespect of the level. It came back, so I'll be looking for a buy again at this level. All right, so I'll enter on this candle here. Stops will go just beneath the wicks, so give it some room to kind of breathe. I'll get rid of this now, don't need that. What would that first target be? All right, so 1.8 or 1.8. All right, so 1.8 first targets, and then final targets will be up at this level here, right? So let's call looks good enough to me. 1.78, right? Okay. Let's see. We hit. All right. Well, we definitely hit now. Okay. So 1.78 first target, and then all right. Let's see if we get final targets. Wow. So stops would have been on break even, but it didn't quite come back down to entry. So we'll still be in this trade. Let's see. Does she want to go? Come on. All right. So it's finding some levels of rejection here. All right. So I'll just keep an eye on that. But you see, it's also kind of retesting this area. Let's just see what happens. I'll still hold this trade. Okay, so we can get some nice price action now. Okay, so just leave it for the final target. What? Some massive spike down. I don't like that. But all right, okay, so what I'll do is, yeah, all right, I'll leave it for now. See what happens, right? If it comes back. All right, so that would have probably taken me out there at break even. All right, so call that break even. So nothing there. So it didn't quite get back to my level, but okay, so we could call that. We'll just call that one. I don't know, so we hit first targets there, right? So something like that. But what we also seeing is massive rejections, right? It's not really at a clear level, but you're getting rejections. So let's see if it wants to go further. Yeah, looks like it does. All right, so if we get a pullback to this kind of minor level here, call this one like this minor level here, then I'll look for another entry maybe. So okay, kind of disrespected there. What is it respecting? Respecting that level? I don't know, let's see. What do we see here? Yeah, you know what? Because of this massive spike down, price broke above, showing that it had buying pressure. Sellers came in, but they only came in for a little bit, and then straight away we had more buying pressure. So you know what? I'm gonna take another position here, right, with a tight stop, right, and then target these highs, right? I'll probably scale out some of my position at these highs, 1.4, then final targets here. So let's first see if we get targets hit there. All right, so nice. Okay, so 1.47, right? So I'll just remember that. Actually, you know what? Let me put that in 1.47. All right, so let's see if we get final targets up here, something like that. So stops would be on break even now. Okay, so we got taken out at break even again. All right, so it looked like a period of consolidation is probably happening here. You have a lot of indecision, right? So buyers coming in, sellers coming in, buyers coming in, sellers coming in. So I'll probably just leave this alone for now and just see what plays out with price, right? See what it wants to do. Let it make a decision. Yeah, you see lots of consolidation, just lots of indecision. All right, so see this initial trade. If I didn't get taken out at break even here, it would have hit the final target, but that's all right. It's all good. All right, so it's rejecting that level again, but I'm not looking for sells right now. The only time I'll look for sells is upon a break of this trend line, like I said. So what I'm doing here, I'll just jump back to the higher time frame to kind of see what price action is saying. So let's see. Yeah, let's just leave it for a bit, see what's going on. Yeah, lots of consolidation. Wow, okay. So lots of sellers came in there, taking out all of this consolidation. So we have this entire period here where price consolidated, right? And then in one candle, right, you took, I don't know how many candles, right? You took quite a few candles, probably like 20 candles to just make this move. But then in one candle, it took all of that out. So sellers might be coming in strong here, but let's see how it gets into my level. So if it comes back into my level again, I'll probably look for another long position. Depends on how it gets there. So just kind of spiked in. All right, so it's coming into my level. So here I'll drop to the lower time frame and I'll just start looking to see if I see any kind of bullish price action. So whether it be some sort of signs of slowness like that, and then a move. If I see signs of slowness in here, then I'll probably take a position. Or if I see any sort of candlesticks like this where it's showing rejection to the downside, then I'll look for aha, okay, that's perfect. Right, so we had this sort of like hammer candle followed by this doji. That is a good sign of rejection for me. So for this, I'll take a position here, enter on this candle. I'll put my stops. I'll give this probably a little bit more breathing room. Right, and then I'll target sort of here for my first targets, and then I don't know, maybe I might be a little bit ambitious, but maybe it might come back to these highs here, you know, because I mean we had this massive sell-off and then it immediately slowed right down into my level, which is the first time. Yeah, it's because it spiked through, grabbed liquidity, and then it bought, ranged, right, and it came back down. The sellers tried to take over, but then it showed this sort of kind of corrective movement into my level. So yeah, I think we'll probably see it I think we'll probably see it recover to these levels, right? So yeah, okay, so for me, this is what I'll do. First target will be here at this level here, right? That would give me exactly 3 to 1. If that plays out, then I'll probably look at final targets up here, right? So let's see what happens. All right, so that looked like a massive spike out. Yeah, so I pre-stopped out on this position here. All right, so that would have stopped me out on that candle. So that would have been a stop out. Just call that one loss. -1, -1. All right, so, but you know, we did get stopped out, right? We got stopped out here, but immediately look what happened, right? So what I'll be looking for now is, I like this sort of move off of the level. So what I'll be looking for now is price to kind of push a little bit higher, show some sort of like, you know, maybe like a little flag pattern or something like that, and then look for a further push. Let's see. All right, so we had that nice strong move. So if I see, all right, so if I see anything like this, where price is kind of going like this, forming that pattern, then I'll look for a buy position, right? So okay, so it's you can see it there, right? It's grabbing liquidity, spiking down right at this level, right? So we kind of get in, so we have this level here, right? So, and we haven't price spiking down, so it's grabbing, it's trying to go down, but it's not, right? So I think I'll just go for a long position here. Put my stops beneath these wicks, right? Target. I'm gonna go back to my targets up here. All right, so let's see what happens. Okay, so it dipped into the level, rejected. All right, so that stopped out again. So that's 2 stops here. All right, so call that another stop. -1, -1. All right, so all right, but I'm getting that flag pattern, right? So, you know, it just dipped in and, you know, it grabbed me out. I thought it would have tried to bounce from here, but, you know, we getting the pattern I like, right? So we get that strong push, and then look, right, we getting that sort of flag pattern here. So I have a feeling this will push, right? So let me see what happens on the next candle. Try to go down. Okay, we get a nice little doji. Got another doji. All right, so see, price is trying to go down, but it can't, right? It's trying, and it's not finding enough sellers to push price down. So I'll just take one more try at this. If it goes, then it goes. If it stops me out, it'll stop me out, right? So let's have a look. Initial targets will be here, because I mean, there's no point trying to scale out here, right? It's either it's gonna go or it's not. So we try again. All right, there we go. So that's what we like to see. Although it's rejecting, it's rejecting the trend line. You know, it stopped right at the trend line. So, you know, in this instance, what I'll do, I'm not gonna scale out because I want to recover my losses. All right, I had 2 losses back to back. So what I'll do here, I'll just move my stops to break even. So my stops will be at this level, right? And if price comes down there, it'll take me out. Let's see what happens. All right, so at this point, I've recovered my 2 losses, because right now we are in 3.75 risk to reward, right? So I've covered back those 2 losses. So let's see if we could hit final targets. Oh, very close, very close. Not quite close enough. Anyway, let's see what happens. Yeah, all right, nice. cool. So that was final targets hit. So both positions are at 6.18, 6.18. Okay, so I think that covered off 1 month. So what we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades, 2 losses and 5 wins. That's about average for me. I aim for anywhere between 60 to 70% win rate. You know, and that was pretty good for me. So for that month on EURJPY alone, so we started the month here, ended the month here, right? So for that month we did, what was it, 13%. So we had 71% win rate, win 5, loss 2, 13.5% growth or return on investment by risking 1%. So for me, I'm happy with that. I'll probably wrap the video up here for that backtesting session. I thought I'd be able to get through 2 months, but you know, explaining what I'm doing whilst trying to analyze the charts it takes a little bit longer than I thought. But you know, what I'll probably do is if you guys like the video, then I'll probably do the other video where I'll do the next month, right? So I'll do the next backtesting video. I can do EURJPY and I'll just do the second month, right? And I don't know, maybe we'll try to go through like an entire year if you guys like the video. Cool. Well, anyway, if you got this far and you obviously like what you see, then feel free to subscribe. And yeah, if you think the video is useful or you think anybody might be able to gain any value from it, just obviously feel free to share it with anyone that might be able to pick something up or learn anything by you know what I do. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.